Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a bright new day at Isla Fishing Tips. I'm Lila Marina, a young angler from a small fishing village along the Philippine coast, and today is Saturday, August 30th, 2025, a vibrant early morning with soft, golden sunlight shimmering on the sea at 7:06 a.m. Philippine time. It's now 12:10 p.m. as I record this, and the day is heating up, but I'm excited to bring you an engaging and practical topic for all you fellow anglers. Shore fishing techniques. Big fish are not always in the middle of the lake. Have you ever thought that the biggest catches might not always be lurking deep in the lake or far offshore, but sometimes hiding right along the shore? In this episode, I'll share effective shore fishing techniques, practical tips tailored for shallow waters in the Philippines, and 3 personal stories from Anilao Beach, Lake Sampaloc, and the Agusan River, with an additional tale from Moalboal Beach. Each location offers a unique experience, from lessons learned with local fishermen to the thrilling moments of reeling in big fish from the shallows. So, grab your rod, bring your enthusiasm, and let's dive into these techniques together. Before we get started, I want to emphasize that shore fishing in the Philippines is more than just a simple method. It is an art of maximizing the potential of nearshore areas, often overlooked by many. With over 7,000 islands, from the white sandy beaches of Luzon, the freshwater lakes of Visayas, to the rivers flowing through Mindanao, shallow waters hold countless opportunities for anglers. I began as a beginner, always believing big fish were only in the lake's center or out at sea, missing out on chances right by the shore. But through trips with my family and local fishermen, I've learned to tap into this potential, and today I'm thrilled to share it with you. Keep a notebook handy, because these techniques will open a new world in your fishing adventures. Technique 1. Free-lining near submerged grass. The first technique is free-lining near submerged grass. This method is highly effective for luring big fish like snapper, pink snapper, or sea bass, which often hide in grassy patches near the shore to ambush prey. I first mastered this technique at Anilao Beach, a renowned spot in Batangas 2 years ago. That day, I went with my mom on a late afternoon trip as the tide began to rise. Mom advised, "Lila, big fish love lurking in the grass. Cast gently." I used earthworm bait, dropping it about 5 meters from shore near a patch of submerged grass. Initially, I was skeptical, thinking larger fish would be further out. But after 10 minutes, the float sank. A 2-kilo snapper was hooked. I reeled it in, astonished, and Mom smiled. "There's treasure close to shore, too." Later, I caught another pink snapper. The tip here is to use a small hook. Let the bait drift naturally, and avoid overly dense grass to prevent line tangles. Anilao is at its best in spring, and late afternoon is the perfect time to try this technique, with the sunset casting a warm glow over the water. Technique 2. Using a short rod with live bait near rocks. The next technique is using a short rod with live bait near rocks. This approach works well for bottom dwellers like grouper or mullet, which often shelter under rocks close to shore. I applied this method at Lake Sampaloc, a famous freshwater lake in Quezon, a year and a half ago. That day, I went with a friend, both of us deciding to try shore fishing instead of heading to the lake's center. My friend chose deeper water, while I noticed a large rock near shore with subtle ripples. A local fisherman named Mang Pedro suggested, use a short rod and cast live shrimp near the rock. I followed his advice using a 1.5-meter rod and live shrimp bait, placing it about 2 meters from the rock. After 15 minutes, the rod jerked. A 1.8-kilo grouper was on. My friend was amazed and asked how I succeeded, and I just laughed. "The big ones are right here." By the end of the session, I caught another mullet. The key tip is to keep the line taut, avoid snagging on rocks, and target shaded rock areas where fish hide. Technique 3. Surface luring with artificial bait. Near shore. Finally, the technique of surface luring with artificial bait near shore is ideal for fast predators like small tuna or mackerel, which often patrol the surface close to land. I tested this at the Agusan River, a vast river in Mindanao, 6 months ago. That day, I went with my uncle on an early morning trip as the sun began to rise. Uncle said, "Lila, mackerel glide near shore at dawn. Use a lure." I used a small silver lure, casting it 3 meters from the bank and skimming it across the surface. At first, I was worried with no action, but after 12 minutes, the water erupted. A 1.2-kilo mackerel struck. Uncle patted my shoulder, saying, There's loot close to shore too. By 8 a.m., I caught another small tuna. The tip here is to maintain a steady lure motion, keep a moderate pace, and target areas with gentle currents. The Agusan River shines during the dry season, and early morning is the perfect time to master this technique. Practical tips and an additional story. To succeed with shore fishing, I have some practical tips. First, check water depth. 0.5 to 2 meters is ideal, using a short rod of 1.5 to 2 meters. Second, prepare varied bait, worms for grass, shrimp for rocks, and lures for surface fishing. Third, watch for signs. Ripples, fish shadows, or low-flying birds indicate fish nearby. Lastly, wear anti-slip shoes and a life jacket. Safety is paramount. I'd like to share an extra story from Moalboal Beach, Cebu, 4 months ago. That day, I went at 5:30 p.m. using the free lining technique near submerged grass. In just 8 minutes, a pink snapper bit. As the tide rose at 6 p.m., I switched to surface luring and caught a snapper. The lesson here is flexibility. Combine techniques with the time of day. Safety notes and lessons from nature. When shore fishing, prioritize safety. Avoid standing on slippery rocks or muddy banks, and don't cast too far to maintain balance. Once at Agusan, I nearly slipped. A lesson I won't forget. Bring water and a hat, as the intense Philippine sun can tire you out. Also, release small fish to protect the ecosystem. I always do this to ensure sustainable fishing. Shore fishing in the Philippines is a clever way to harness nature's gifts. From grass patches at Anilao, rocks at Sampaloc, to luring at Agusan, each technique unlocks the chance to catch big fish. Observation, patience, and safety will lead to success. I hope this episode inspires you to explore shore fishing. Prepare well, respect the sea, and enjoy every moment. Wishing you bountiful catches. I'm Lila Marina, thank you, and see you next time.